Hello, friends from around the world. So great to be here with you again. I'm Dave.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jonathan. Good to be back.
Yeah, so we're here we're the founders of Thank You Plant Medicine, and today we have a super exciting couple of guests. John, you are a big music fan. Tell us about these distinguished guests that we have about to come on.
Yeah, we have a nice surprise. So today we're going to be speaking with Natalia Clavier. She's an Argentinian singer, collaborated with Thievery Corporation, which is an amazing collection of musicians. And we have East Forest that collaborated on an album with the famous Ram Dass. So we're bringing, Eastern tradition, meditation tradition, and entheogenic plants tradition all together to today's talk. And the reason we are here also is because tomorrow there is a Medicine as Music Festival happening, and both Natalia and East Forest are going to be playing on the festival. So we really want to talk to them and go a little bit more deeply into their music, who they are, and just create nice vibes all over. So excited.
Yeah, and we're super happy to know where you're watching from. So let us know in the comments where you are, and let's enjoy a beautiful discussion. Without any further ado, I'd love to invite Natalia into the show. Hey, Natalia.
Hello.
Hey, Natalia.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome to my home in Brooklyn, New York.
Hopefully the global pandemic is not holding you down at all these days.
Well, as you know, New York has been greatly affected by this pandemic, by this virus. I personally got sick with it. Luckily, I got what I believe was a mild version of the virus. There's many theories around why I did not end up in the hospital, and I'm grateful for that for sure. Probably, I did a lot of I took a lot of care for my body, my diet, and I did a medicine from the jungle called Combo right before. So I think those elements contributed, I believe, in getting through it. Although it was not pleasant at all. It was pretty gnarly and scary at times. Also, being sick, with coronavirus, home alone, it was quite humbling. It's definitely a humbling experience. Yeah. So right now, I am much better. Feel tremendously much better. Although we are in a maybe I thought it was not going to get crazier, and here we are in the beginning of a revolution. I mean, I'm smiling, but I'm not laughing. I'm just putting a smile on my face to balance all the crying that I've been doing. These are very intense times where all these medicines are absolutely needed. Plant medicine, definitely music, So I am very very excited for this opportunity tomorrow, when a lot of musicians from, you know, we all come together streaming from our homes, and we show up with our medicine, in these times. I think it's a beautiful thing that we can do this, contribute with what we have to offer. Blah 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 blah.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's super important, and we're really happy that you're doing well, that you're healthy, and that you're going to share with us tomorrow your talents. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say hello. We have people tuning in from around the world. We have Johanny in West Palm Beach. Hello, Johanny. Great to have you with us. We have Carrie from the Adirondacks in upstate New York. We have your Tokaya, Natalie.
Yeah, from Australia.
From Australia, woo! And Noel down in Santa Cruz, California. So yeah, it's really amazing to read where everyone's from. So let us know. So let's
Guillermo desde Peru. Sorry, I got excited.
We have a Peruano in the house.
Hi, Guillermo.
Hola, Peru.
Hola, Peru. Fuerza, Peru.
Yes, this piece of work is from Peru. I don't know if you can see, but you can see part of it. Yeah.
Wow. Now you can see
this
more.
Thing. Anyways.
All right. Well, I would really like to call in East Forest without any further ado into this conversation. So please join me in welcoming East Forest.
Hey guys.
Everybody.
What's up?
Great.
Today.
Yeah. Nice to see everybody. Nice to meet you guys. Excited.
What's your take on the global situation? Has it been difficult for you, or has it been positive for you, or
both? I feel like it just feels like a collapse. It feels like an apocalypse in the sense that it's an unveiling of something, and it feels very much like we're still in the process. We're very much still in the unveiling, and I don't know what's being revealed, but it feels like in my own life and in what I'm witnessing in the world that it's cutting really deep, and that there's a lot of opportunities. So yeah, it's been tough at times. It's been stressful at times. It's been really kind of amazing to take a bit of a breather and not be traveling around so much and reassess things. And I've heard that from a lot of people, that this has been a great time to just reassess. So I don't know about you guys, but I still I'm still like in the thick of it. So
yes, definitely a lot of reassessing, like big time. My life also was, pretty much traveling all the time, and then I found myself, boom, in one place, sheltered in place, and yeah, there's a lot of that comes up when you're in isolation. Yes, for sure.
I was wondering how it affected your artistic expression and your inner process related to music and sound. I'm curious to see how this affects your creation.
Well, on one level, I'm grateful that I'm largely a solo artist, because otherwise I'd be pretty screwed. But at the same time, I do usually bring in a lot of people to collaborate with and play, stuff, and so that's been sometimes a little frustrating that I can't just like go somewhere and we get together and just do it, or they come over and say, hey, let's, so I'm just trying to navigate that. But I think limitations in general are good. for making any kind of art. So it's just sort of like, well, okay. I've been making a lot of music on that piano over there, just like real straight ahead, one person at a piano. And it's nice to kind of have those limitations, but I don't know, Natalia, if you've been feeling like, I've also been feeling kind of somewhat like I'm busy. Like even though I'm not touring, I've just been really active with a lot of like little projects at once, and that feels good. It feels, I feel like it makes me feel a little more purposeful and engaged.
Yeah, all of the above. Plus, for me, I felt like it was, I went through like this like roller coaster of everything, like from emotions to, being physically ill, like the days I had fever, whatever, like I spent so many hours in, countless hours in bed and unable to do anything. And then I've experienced a little bit of like a creative paralysis at some point. Like I couldn't really do much, and I had to be okay with it too. And
Yeah.
then parallel to that, I started finding new ways to be with myself and to share in a different way. I am still kind of intimidating about fully like transferring. That's one of the things that I appreciate from you, as far as that you went up full on with the online, streaming, and like it's admirable. I am not quite there yet. So tomorrow is going to be like, stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit and showing up, solo and doing something, and being okay with what is, It was new for you too.
Yeah, well, the only reason it happened is because Janny and Lewis, who are hosting tomorrow at the Music is Medicine Festival, they kind of forced they just called me like, look, we're thinking of doing this thing like this Saturday. And I was like, well, how do we do it? I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know, do this, do that. I was like, well, we'll test it. It's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of stumbled into it. I had no idea what I was doing. We just tried things and did it. And it was probably less than 5 days into the lockdown. And so we were early into the game, but it's still, I keep telling my friends, like, I never signed up to be a videographer. I don't, it's not like I want to be getting webcams and lights. It's like, I'm not that interested in that, frankly. So I'm still navigating myself, what to do with this, how to continue to integrate some kind of live performance, some kind of connection to other people. And I miss that energy of that energetic exchange when you're doing a performance and there's an audience or there's a person there and you're giving something to them and they're giving something to you. And I realized how nourishing that was. And I get it somewhat from the live streams, but as you know, it's weird just being alone in a room with a computer. But with the medicine work and doing that through a virtual system, there's a part of you that can feel that there's all these people in other parts of the world, like really paying attention, like really, really present. And that's not something we would have done without COVID. We never would have thought about doing like an online ceremony, never. And if there's several, thousands of people doing that versus, maybe a few people in a room, that's kind of amazing. That's kind of a gift that's inside the bitter medicine of COVID.
Absolutely. And I was gladly surprised that you can feel everyone in the room, in the virtual room. It's effing crazy. I mean, it's really, you can feel everyone. and the people, the musicians that are sharing the music, like they're with you, like holding your hand. Like, okay, let's go this way now. This way.
It should be fun tomorrow to see what happens. You see how
tomorrow's
people
going to
vibe.
be a long ceremony slash
A lot of variety.
show.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I'm gonna be doing more of my singer songwriter stuff with some medicine music. I'm gonna try my best to have fun with this. That's because we need a little medicine break. I think all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like COVID opened a new possibilities of reaching through medicine, music, and ceremonial space to many, many people at the same time all over the world. And you find out that suddenly you have people that never knew you connecting from countries you never expected from. So it's interesting, this format, and might be incorporated in the future even without COVID.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's just too good, that possibility, to connect with all these people.
Yeah, and you find out that energetically you energetically are able to connect with people that are not in the same space with you.
Absolutely. I mean, just like he was describing it, and I had the opportunity to experience it, and wow, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, Dave, you go.
Well, I'd like to ask you a question. First, I would like to say hello to Karina from Julian, California, and Tanya tuning in from South Carolina, and Lorena from Connecticut. This is awesome. All around the world, people are listening in. So this is just beautiful. So, as you may know, with Thank You Plant Medicine, we're trying to destigmatize the plant medicines and bring them responsibly into mainstream society. And I was curious if y'all would be willing to share a personal story about how plant medicines or psychedelics have helped you to grow as a musician and really step into that role.
Yeah, like what is your Thank You Plant Medicine moment?
What is what? Sorry?
Your Thank You Plant Medicine. Like, what's the gratitude that you hold for these practices, these ancestral practices?
Okay, should I go? Ladies first. So my work with plant medicine and the medicine that opened the door for this work with my voice as medicine as well is ayahuasca, and I am deeply grateful for this medicine, and I might be, like I was telling you guys before, a one-timer, like when it comes to like showing up and doing a ceremony and receiving this medicine. My experience was 5 years ago, and I am still processing all the teachings from that one experience. I've had the opportunity to work a few years after that, 3 years I think after that, with curanderas, ayahuasqueras, female shamans in Peru that allowed me to be in their ceremonies without, I want to say, maybe with a microdose or microdosing this medicine, which is very rare. So I consider that such a gift, and just be there, for like 8 to 10 hours and be able to have conversations and meditations in which the medicine will speak to me. And in one of those meditations is when I understood that there's more to like being like a music artist, or like a pop singer, or like a global pop, which is more or less what I do, and that there's medicine in sharing my voice, that it could be helpful actually for others and for myself as well. You know, like healing, facilitating the healing for others also facilitates your own healing. Um, and so that is one medicine story that I can think of right now. There's many more.
Great.
But that's that.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Sure.
We definitely relate to it, because both Dave and I, you know, we produce music, we do music, and definitely the sounds and music have helped us to heal as well. Our development is completely tied to music as well. So it's like, it really corresponds. And how you share the meaning of the music for you, that is, you know, just not entertainment, it actually has a medicinal aspect to your experience, and it's really nice. East Forest, if you care to share.
I owe probably my entire East Forest's world to psilocybin, and it served as the inspiration and continual teacher in that. You know, quite literally 12 years ago, I was asked to, I started making music to try to use it as a tool to get back into some of the places I had stumbled into on psilocybin before in my life that I didn't understand, but I knew they were really important and valuable. And so I wanted to make music that I could use like a tool to drop into that space on the medicine, sort of like modern medicine music. And because I started doing that, it just propelled everything. I mean, it even started to shape like the instrumentation, and kind of looking into sound healing and just what would help push you inside into that internal space. And I was really chasing a particular feeling. So that feeling of like soul space or infinite space. And I feel like I'm always chasing that space in my life, and music is just one of the doorways to get there. So I am very grateful for the spaces, the felt experiences I've had in my life at certain times with plant medicine, and how music for me plays a central role. You know, most ceremonies that I know of, every ceremony I know of, music is the vehicle of that ceremony. And it is the main technology besides the medicine itself. It is the mechanism by which the ceremony exists. So I think it's very powerful. And I think that's encoded into all music. And we don't really fully give credence to that. Like, music is so ever present in our lives all over the world, like now more than ever in human history. But it's even like my voice is a form of sound. All of us in music and symbols to create, to relate understanding and meaning and emotion. And so it's like asking a fish what water is when we speak about sound and music. And it's something that's just so complex and beautiful and commonplace for us that it's, maybe we don't recognize how deep the rabbit hole can go. And for me, I'm just continuing to explore that. And I couldn't be more grateful that I get to keep doing it.
Wow. That's amazing pearls. it's interesting. So one of the items that have been coming up is, you know, how in meditation and Eastern traditions, meditation is let's say vehicled into altered states of consciousness together with sound as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you worked with Ram Dass, which is a specific tradition of meditation, and their meditation and sound are the vehicles. And here in Amazonian or some African traditions, the molecules and sound are the vehicles as well. So it's beautiful to see it and how you combine it.
Yes. Yes, it's universal.
And infinite.
So I hear. Yeah.
I have a question about tomorrow's show. Are you going to bring new music into the space, or you're going to tap into past music? Are you planning to kind of tweak it and jam it into it?
It's a bit of a hybrid. Playing some stuff from the Ram Dass record and some other stuff of mine. But one thing I do when I play live, I've got like a nice like live looping setup, so it's very like live, and I can reinvent things on the spot. And that's something I like to do, is takes. Like there's a song called "We Are Truth" on the Ram Dass record that I've just started playing around with for the first time to play it live, because it wasn't really working to do it how it is on the record. So I just kind of redid it, and I almost like it better. So it's kind of fun. So it's a cool opportunity to just try it from a different angle.
Cool. And you, Natalia?
I'm definitely going to be playing some of my old songs, or some songs are really old, like 10 years old. Some are like 2 years old, and I'm probably going to share something that came to me recently. I mean, I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. I will probably share something new. Very, very new, like 2 days new. So we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like I want to have that space, you know, for like something unexpected. Maybe I'll share more, you know, than that. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely like some songs that are, you know, my songs that I sometimes play. Songs that I miss playing, I will share for sure.
Great, exciting. Dave, I think you wanted to touch a subject in the beginning of the conversation, and maybe it's a good time.
Ooh. Yes. Oh, this is a good subject. But before we get into it, though, I would like to say hello to Covert Al Walker in South Carolina.
Hey,
Great
Covert.
Watching today. And we got Crystal in Puerto Vallarta.
Mexico.
Woo! And we also have Nate in Salt Lake City tuning in. Great to see you. Well, there's the subject of the speaking of divine feminine and divine masculine. There's another woman strode into the screen.
Yeah, that's rather. Yeah, we're having a studio day.
Oh, hi guys.
Awesome.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
So yeah, I was curious to hear about your thoughts about the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Like, I personally think that music can be a vehicle for raising human consciousness, and I also think, in my humble, perspective, that there's something in raising human consciousness that has to do with finding the balance between feminine energy and masculine energy, in ourselves and in the world. And so I was just curious to hear your thoughts about this topic.
Nobody
Natalia,
said.
you first, please.
um, I believe that this, times of reassessing and unveiling, like Forrest was saying before, maybe even before we got on the call, are a great opportunity to peel more and more layers and to heal the toxic masculinity and feminine energy as well. I think through music, that merging of the energies, it just happens more naturally without the need for an argument or a fight. I don't know if these words are making any sense. I'm just like saying what I'm feeling without any filtering.
Mm-hmm.
And these are times, it's like we're in these times of dismantling the patriarchy in so many ways. There's been so much toxic masculinity energy, like charged, in the world, in so many areas of our society, and musicians like East Forest that do this kind of work bring such pure, sacred, masculine, divine, masculine energy through the music, through their art. I feel like it's needed more than ever, maybe, especially in this revolution that we're experiencing right now. It's not only COVID is not the only virus that we're fighting right now. It's not the only pandemic. That was my rambling.
No, it's on spot, Natalia. We completely agree that there's a super ages momentum of imbalance between feminine and masculine, and yeah, it resonates really well. But the saying, it's a thought that comes to mind, is that they say that many times it's actually the feminine energy that is not showing up to the stage, yeah, and it's both. I'd say both men stepping down, but also ladies and women stepping up and working together, yeah, to create upper spiral. So I completely agree. As far as how does it touches you in your music? Do you think about those subjects? Do you think about your energies as you build the sets in, as you create your music? Do you play with your feminine and masculine energies, or you just don't think about it? Is it something that you...
I don't think about it a lot, but I think I'm often trying to in between worlds. I'm like in between emotional places, like not happy, sad, probably not fully masculine, not fully feminine, sort of that integration of the two. And I definitely think the world needs more feminine. We've been in a world of patriarchy for a long, long, long time, and so we have a lot of rebalancing to do. But in my own work, I look for that balance, because I certainly am not making music that's overtly heavily masculine in an obvious sense, but I sing like a girl. So I've had people ask me a lot. They're like, "Who's who's the lady singing? And I was like, we can't understand her. And I'm like, that's me.
I was wondering, as a follow-up question to this, what is the difference that you see in circles and medicine circles that are led by women as medicine circles that are led by men? And this is an interesting question to think about, because I see tons of difference, and I actually enjoy a lot when ladies are in the forefront of the ship. Just thoughts about it.
I think Natalia would have a better voice to that, because she's had, sounds like, experience with it. I haven't had as much experience in medicine circles with feminine leaders.
Well, I have I've had, actually, I co-facilitated combo ceremonies. For those of you who don't know, combo is technically a venom from a frog, from the Philomedusa or Philomedusa bicolor. I don't know. I never know how to pronounce the name of the combo frog. But anyways, and so the medicine man leading those circles called me in to be the song carrier, right? So I would just sing medicine songs from the jungle, or, you know, channel or improvise, however you want to call it, songs there in the, you know, from whatever energy I was getting from the group and stuff. And I have to say that it was not a great experience. And because of the, I mean, this is such a, I wasn't planning on getting into this subject. I'm going to be very, very brief. There is an underlying Me Too movement in the ceremony world, which is super complex. I'm not saying that the Me Too movement is not complex, or that this is more complex. I'm saying that here, when you're exposing somebody that's abusing their power, you are killing or destroying somebody's guru.
Right.
So in my situation, I was the one exposing this person. It didn't happen to me, but it happened with somebody that came to our circles.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to step out and be like, I'm not working with this person anymore, and this is the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot of backlash from women.
Of course.
You know, it was such a crazy journey to be in that position. And then because of that situation, a lot of women started speaking up, like in the yoga world, in the, you know, like Reiki, like all these situations, like the people don't say anything because these are healers. Mm-hmm. This person saved my husband's life, or like saved my life, you know. And also it's a huge lesson to, like, not to give your power away to no healer, male, female, you know, it doesn't matter. You're building a relationship with the medicine, and the person that is providing the medicine or holding space or creating these ceremonies, it's just a facilitator, you know, nothing more, nothing less. It's just there for you and for the medicine. So I found that women tend to be less alpha when it comes to this work. And maybe it's like the motherly energy that this women that I worked with, and also, you know, the abuse of power when it comes to sexuality is typically not there, or at least not in the circles that I work with the women that I work with. So yeah, female energy is needed in all areas, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
George, great stuff. Think you for your courage.
thank you.
Thank you, George.
Just saying that.
I think both Dave and I absolutely agree with you. And in this context, it would be really nice to have more, I'd say, more women taking the lead. It's an opportunity.
You know, now that I was thinking about, sorry for interrupting, but I was thinking about the virtual version of ceremonies. That abuse of power cannot happen in this context, in this way. Right? It just came to me like, oh, wait a minute. Wow, this virus is also doing that. Because it's doing so many things. It's doing, I just like in this moment, it came to my mind like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're
that's
right.
to what East Forest was saying about the unveiling and the opportunity that such crisis and the pandemic is bringing. It's one of the, you know, the doors, I guess.
Yeah, Rachel says I have seen it. Yeah, very true. Thank you, Rachel. East Forest, you wanna?
I forgot the original question, but I know we're talking about.
The original question was about medicine circles and what is your experience with male, and then you said I don't have much experience with female leaders, but you can just relate to what Natalia said and what you make you think about.
I mean, look, in general, I sort of goes back to what we were talking about before that. I think we need more female voices. Most religions, most everything is from male-dominated experiences. Like all curanderos were male, all priests used to, or most of them still are male. I mean, everything was built on a male voice, and so I think we just need more because we again need that balance. And male or female, I think crossing that line inside a ceremony space with the kind of vulnerabilities people are bringing is one of the worst things you can do to a person. So I think it's actually a special kind of tragedy when that happens. That's even worse. So I've seen lots of shamans where it's, look, they're humans too, and I see their humanity where they're shamans and then they're drunks. You know, when they're on their off hours, it's like they're not perfect people by any means. So I don't think they should be held to a special standard. I think they need to be better, and that's just the way it goes. So
yes, that's exactly what you said is what gave me the courage to speak up, and
I'm glad you did.
Like expose, you know, this person because you're abusing your power. You're like abusing this super vulnerable person that comes so open to you. So it's like, it's a double crime in a way, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely, with the, just an anecdote before the coming out day. So we created, produced this coming out day about healings and people positive experiences from psychedelics and entheogenic plants on February 20th. And one of the things that came out is that as we produced the event and connected with so many organizations and people, joining in from all over the world, we started being exposed, and both Dave and I are pretty new to the entheogenic plant medicine community. We started being exposed to these stories of abuse and sexual abuse, and we were, people say, hey, this person, watch out, he had this history, and hey, this person, watch out, he has this history. And the community started letting us know what's the history about, and we kind of were put in the middle of different conflicts, and it was extremely difficult to navigate it correctly. As you said, Natalia, it's so complex because at the same time, a person can be extremely beneficial for a few people, but then extremely devastating for other people. So it's very difficult.
It's tricky because they're working for the most part. They're working with super powerful medicines.
Yeah.
You know, and it's actually the medicine that is doing the work, the good work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're also disrespecting the medicine that they swear, like they're supposed to devote it to.
Yeah.
So many layers. It's a very, very complex subject. So I would say that the conclusion is, like Isfora said, yes, I agree. We need more female energy, more divine, sacred female energy in the world, on this planet, so we can actually honor her, Mama Earth, like, stop this, destructing her, destroying her. What is that? Is that even a word? I make up words all the time. That's one of the things I do. Anywho.
Well, your Argentine accent is very charming.
Oh, thank you. I can get rid of it.
If I can just share something personal, is that my own journey of healing with ayahuasca has been a lot about like letting my feminine energy like show itself and having my masculine energy take it down, and realizing certain tendency to be kind of like a bit violent in the way that I speak, and just getting like short-tempered and impatient and like aggressive, and just not being able to control my energy and stuff like that, and realizing certain wounds and certain tendencies that I picked up from my father, from my grandfather. And so I think what guys can do is try to find the balance of those energies within yourself, and that can really be a medicine for everyone around you.
Yeah, and a funny anecdote about me that we experience entheogenic experiences and plant medicines of all sorts. I personally quite often actually turn shipshape to a lady feeling sensations in my body, and we all have in our DNA mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, right? And it's a great opportunity for men to experience really deeply their feminine energy. At least that's what happens to me, like turn into, so it's, definitely, yeah.
Guys, it's been a great conversation. So tomorrow there's this 12-hour event you two are going to be performing in. It's called Music is Medicine. Any final words about the event tomorrow and how you're feeling about it, and basically like why you chose to be a part of it?
Well, just so they know where to see it, it's growingheartevents.com, and it's on the Facebook invite and so forth. But I mean, these people are my family, so it's where I started. So it's just like coming home. So for me, it's a no-brainer.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay, great. I was going to share the site. Yeah, it's 12 hours of music, 31 musicians, 22 acts from all over the world. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how many genres like you're going to experience if you show up. I mean, we are all like in withdrawal from performing and connecting. Like, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm pretty sure all musicians are on the same boat. So this is an awesome opportunity for all of us to show up and bring our medicine, bring our craft, our art, and just to share it from our homes, you know, and make the best of what we have right now, which is this streaming technologies that most of us are learning as we go. Like tomorrow for me is going to be like a big experiment with this like OBS thing that I just learned. And yes, I'm very, very excited about tomorrow. I think it's going to be what we all need, us musicians and whoever is there, you know, for the experience and to receive the medicine, you know. I'm really excited about your set, East Forest. What
Thanks.
time is your set? So people know.
I don't know the actual time.
Can
in fact,
I look it up?
But
I think you might be on at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, the list.
well, I'm sure they have
1 p.m.
on
1 p.m.
I knew it was early. What time zone are they saying though? Is that
Eastern.
Eastern? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was early for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I
So-
can't wait to see yours and everybody. So it should be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. Like great artists, a lot of friends there, a lot of new friends.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So we are going to watch and enjoy too. So thank you so much for doing the festival tomorrow and showing up tomorrow and playing the music. Very exciting. Also want to say you guys have homes in Costa Rica. Looking forward to sitting with you in space if one day it happens. So both Dave and I will be happy to host you. It was a great conversation. Thank you so much for the insights and for showing up and taking the time. It's wonderful.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana.
See you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Much love.
Bye.
So.